think that's kind of what excited me about Kim Davis. But what happened?
Oh,
What was the whole deal? Because that she got notoriety before, and I forget exactly what state it was.
Kim,
But hopefully, you'll be able to pull up the article by then.
Kim
Kentucky,
Davis
possibly.
was the woman that refused to issue the gay marriage licenses when they started making gay marriage legal. And she was like, no, I'm a Christian, so I have the right to discriminate against the gays because of Jesus. That's why, because of Jesus, I can discriminate against who I want to. Jesus. Now she just made news because, and actually, yeah. So the article, Kim Davis, the Kentucky clerk who made national headlines in 2015 when she was jailed after refusing to issue same-sex marriage licenses, lost her bid for re-election to Democrat Elwood Caudill Jr. In the Democratic primary last May. Caudill defeated David Emerald, who had sued Davis after she refused to issue a marriage license to him and David Moore. So that was the whole thing, was that, yeah, she refused to issue that license to the one dude. That dude ran for office. He ended up losing to this dude, but then this dude ended up beating Kim Davis. And great. I think great off the simple fact of, we talk this big game in America about freedom of speech and freedom of this and freedom of that. And Kim Davis was a prime example, in my opinion, of mixing religion, and you're supposed to separate religion and state.
Mhm.
Not supposed to go hand in hand. And so
Well,
if there's a law, if there's a law that says gay people get married, you can't say, oh, well, my religion tells me that I do this. And so if that's the case, then find another job. That's, unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. Like, freedom of speech. Like, you can't say that my religion is greater than any law. And so that's the whole case with this. If you have a problem with that, then you need to find another job.
Yo, I got a problem with her using religion in that essence to where the Bible don't say nothing about not being able to issue the, you know what I'm saying, them a damn license. Again, sure, they might have flogged some of them folks, sure, and but you know that if you flog anyone's ass, you're gonna get hit with a lawsuit or some kind of assault case. So nothing literally in the Bible that I've read other than what God has done, and none of us are God, nor are we judges. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you take that, you know what I'm saying, that route, which I think just sounds more ignorant, and that definitely makes, that's why I keep shitting on the South the way that I do, because I can give.
And the great thing, in my opinion, about it, okay, so, you know, you're a Bible thumper and gay homosexuality is bad, so you're not going to issue these licenses. Or also, if you read the Old Testament, you're not supposed to mix cloth from different animals. So you're not supposed to have like leather on and suede. Like, you're not supposed to mix different type of cloths. And so people who come in with mixed cloth, you know, that, oh, they have a leather jacket on and then they got jeans on and then they got a cotton shirt on, is she not issuing them licenses? Because that same Bible that you talk about, it says don't do that.
That means every hipster that goes in there with some monocle and a sweater with the leather patches on the elbow, none of y'all can get married.
When people go in there and they, you know, heterosexual people go in there to get married, does she ask them, hey, have you guys ever eaten shrimp? Because in the Bible it says don't eat shrimp. And so is she not giving them licenses? And again, that goes to cherry picking. Stop cherry picking. Stop cherry picking. If you're going to follow it, follow all of it. Don't pick like, oh, and that's the reason why I give Christians such a hard time, is because too many Christians are running into, they cherry pick parts of the Bible and then they look down on everyone. Oh, I believe in Jesus, so I'm gonna look down on everyone and cherry pick the different things in the book. And so that's always my issue, is like, stop looking down on everyone and cherry picking what you want to follow. Like, no, you're just as fucked up as the rest of all of us. Like, so
really quickly though, because I had to fact check this. Jesus died for the sins of the Old Testament, so that technically means that you can have shrimp. I'm just saying.
Yes. No, you can. And so I'm a religious scholar. So yes, that's exactly what Jesus came. And the whole point of Jesus was, you guys couldn't follow the Old Testament. So we need to throw the Old Testament out and we need to follow the New Testament. So if that is the case, the New Testament says nothing about homosexuals.
Right. It just means don't be an asshole.
that's just the reason why I always bring up the shrimp and all the other all crazy stuff or whatever, because yes, Jesus, his whole thing was to throw out the old law, but people keep going back to the old law. So if you're going to bring up the old law, I'm going to bring up all the dumb shit in the old law. I'm going to bring up all of that. Like, again, we can't cherry pick this and that. So yeah, but you are correct. That's exactly was the point of Jesus, was you guys couldn't get it together off of the Old Testament. So then we go off of the New Testament, you guys get baptized in my name or whatever, and then you pray and, you know, forgiveness in my name, so on and so forth, and then that's how you're forgiven. And yes, that's exactly it. But Christians don't do that. They keep bringing up the Old Testament gay stuff, and they don't bring up anything else in that book.
And I think that's just the best way to shut anyone up that's about that. Because what I would then do, if someone wants to have a holy war with me, I'm gonna be like, well, nigga, how much did you give for your tithes? And then if they tell me more than 10%, and I'm be like, oh. And they ask me, how about you? I'm like, well, not a damn thing. I was hoping to stump you there, but I guess you won this one.
I guess you won this war.
I guess you won this one.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't like this podcast, it's probably cause you're racist.
Yeah.
Fuck your feelings though.
Yeah. What's up, man? You hear me?